Welcome to the reading of Diddy and Kim Porter. The big question on the board is going to be, Kim, did you participate in the free course? And then, she's going to have to tell us whatever from the grave. I admit I do like reading people from the grave. Okay. Okay, so this is the reading of Diddy and Kim Porter, YouTube Summer Special. And before I even think about going into part 2 on a Patreon, I'm gonna try to get to the answer ASAP, because this is for your entertainment only. Okay, but if it runs over like most of my readings do, then babies, what can I do? Okay, Diddy and Kim Porter. We just read Diddy and Carisha, and what a surprise. Part 2 was even more exciting than part 1. Okay, so we're gonna do Diddy and Kim Porter. Did she do the free course? And we're gonna see if she can give us as much detail as Carisha did about her free course, right? There is a song, a Bantu song, that I was reminded of this week because I was fighting with a group of Nigerians on my TikTok, the Isobel Mitton company TikTok. That TikTok for me is just for me to talk to people, to all you all who are metaphysical scientists, but also to my people, the Southern Bantu, the South Africans, the Zimbabweans, the Namibians, the Botswana, the Zambians, and the Mozambicans. It's my special TikTok for them, right? Because I'm a Sangoma, I'm a cultural leader, okay? And I prepare my people for the future. I'm a healer, but I also prepare our people for the future. Anyway, I was fighting with a group of Nigerians because this Nigerian woman was very disrespectful to South Africans on her TikTok. And this is the thing that they always do. They don't understand the pain we went through during colonization and during apartheid. They don't understand the sacrifices our ancestors made. They don't understand the graves, the mass graves, the missing people, the deaths. They just don't get it, because they are just there to harvest that which our ancestors sacrificed for and which we sacrifice for every day. So he was going on and on his usual loud, obnoxious self, and I was reminded of this Bantu song, which translated says, you can fight with me right now because I'm standing here by myself. But when all my father's children raise their heads, you will never fight with me again. The Bantu. More than 245 million of us. The biggest landowners with the most countries, wrapped together as one by our DNA and our God. We, the Bantu, worshippers of the light, those who believe in nature, those who uphold nature above. We of the Bantu, when we all stand up, you will never fight with us again. So welcome to our board. Welcome to the board of the Bantu. Welcome to its past, present, and future. Carisha has been bad for me, because now I'm just thinking Carisha is bad for me. But anyway, welcome to the board of the Bantu, and welcome to the 10-minute reading. I start the clock when I finish talking. Then I start, because I'm being fair, guys. I'm being fair. So now I will start the clock. Okay. The board as per the Casa of the Western Cape. The Jola is now open. That's what happens when I've had too much time on my hands. But I'm good, right? Okay. Just so you know I'm not cheating. 10. Click. Okay. Diddy. He will never face himself. He will never face himself for who he is. I'm not saying he's a monster, okay? Just that he refuses to accept that he's a sexual deviant, okay? Which he is. I mean, he refuses to accept it. He truly believes this is normal because this is what his daddy introduced him to. He says while he was breaking in a new girl. See, I told you, I knew it, but hey, we are in a hurry. Let us call Kim. Kim Porter. Kim. So she's really wispy, like I'm pulling her out of her belly. I knew that, of course. I knew it. I'm pulling her out of her belly, and only bits of her has been released into the atmosphere because we are looking for her. So she's like a black little wisp, like, I don't know how to explain this, like smoke, but it's black and it's wisp, and she goes and she sits on Diddy. This man was the love of her life. She says true. Yeah, she loved him. He could do no wrong. And she says, and yet he broke me. Yeah. She loved him through thick and thin, through everything. She loved this man. She says he was the father of my kids. He gave me a lifestyle I couldn't afford on my own. He gave me fame. He gave me adulation, like people adoring her. He gave me a family because I was an only child. He gave me a family, a sense of belonging. I'm so sad that I was so weak. I was weak. I fell apart because I was weak. Okay. Diddy and Kim. Show me your relationship. Show me. She said she had to go. Okay. She had to go. She had to leave. She couldn't live in this world with the pain she was in. Are we talking about physical pain, or we are talking about emotional and psychological pain? Emotional and psychological pain, which invariably led to physical pain. She said the son wasn't good no more. Like, in other words, she was finding it difficult to wake up and facing the day. I hear you go. She says, no, you don't. Okay, cool. She says, you are of the light. You will eventually get up. Whereas me, I'm of the dark. No way that I was gonna get up. Okay. I don't understand what she just said, but I'm just saying it. Okay. because I'm looking at the time. Okay, I'm looking at the time. She says she wants to talk. Okay, go. Okay. 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 She says, I want to have my say. I want to be treated with respect. Acknowledged. You have my apologies. She says, okay. She said, I never wanted for anything as a little girl. I was spoiled by my parents. Everything was mine. I thought life would always be like that until I married my first husband, because Diddy to me was my husband. She actually calls him Sean. Okay, sorry. She's very precise. She wants me to say things as precisely as she says them. Okay, control freak. But we're not gonna fight. Okay, so she says Sean to her is her husband, but her first husband was abusive. He was extremely abusive and verbally, physically abusive. She said he used to beat me like a football. He used to beat me over anything and everything. So Sean met me after I had just escaped that, and I was beginning to feel myself again. And he knew how to talk to me. He knew how to pamper me. He knew my deepest, darkest desires, which would be sexual orgies. You know, she was free sexually and she wanted to explore it, and he gave her the, encouragement, the push, the pause. Okay. Alrighty. He gave her the encouragement. He gave her, the push. She liked the orgies until they became too much. When did they become too much? After their son was born. That's all he seemed to want. What started is romance and allowing me to explore myself and enjoying myself turned into forcing me into doing what I did not want to do. It became too much for me, and before I knew it, I was back in that cycle of abuse. But this time I could not get out. I could not get out because I was too weak, too tired, too disillusioned. Okay, we go. Okay, too disillusioned. So I'm back. So she says she got too disillusioned. It was repetitive over and over and over again. Like, the request over and over and over again. She says he became too much into it, and suddenly I watched my dream of him and I getting married, creating a family. She had like the Bill Cosby family situation in her, a vision of, a nuclear family. She said yes, it went away. It went away. Her dream of a home. So she says the orgies, they took away her home. They took away her dream. They took away her marriage. They took away her core family thing. They destroyed what she was trying to build. I know this. Okay, 10 minutes. I had to collect stuff at the door and whatever. But anyway, I said I was only going to do 10 minutes. And unfortunately, due to me being disturbed a few times, I did do 10 minutes though. I have a contract with you all. I did do 10 minutes. I will now have to take the rest of this conversation to Patreon if anybody is interested. But the point is, the question was answered. The question was answered. Did she do these freak-offs with Diddy? The answer was yes, she did. She did the freak-offs with Diddy. She pretty much enjoyed them. She was very open sexually. She was, until she had a child with Diddy, then it wasn't fun anymore, because then it became about the freak-offs, and then she saw her marriage aspirations and all that she wanted. She saw it all just crumble to dust. Okay, that's what she said. So it was answered. But we're gonna go with Kim to Patreon for the next 15 minutes, so that she can have her say, and we will then look at the relationship and we'll move on. Okay, see you there if you're joining us. Otherwise, enjoy your summer. Okay, seriously, I cannot say it enough. Go out there, kill yourselves with joy, just experience new things. Open up like a rose petal and let the, open. Okay. Be kind to yourselves. Be good to yourselves. Be gracious to yourselves. You're worth everything, because you are everything. See you next time. Bye.